All right then, you creepy beer bastards. Welcome to Hopperween, the one time of year when I swap my beer glass for a crucifix and we dive into the darker, spookier, scarier side of pubs. Because beer isn't just about drinking. Pubs are where stories live, and in some cases where they fucking refuse to die. Now, I've been to one of these places myself, the Skirrid Inn in Wales, and I've even taken part in after-hours ghost hunts there. Let me tell you, the atmosphere after midnight is thicker than a pint of Guinness left out in the sun. So tonight, I'm serving up a flight of Britain's most haunted pubs and inns, each one paired with stories of murder, death, soldiers and spirits that aren't just behind the bar. I want to know, have you been to any of these pubs? Ever had a spooky pint? Maybe seen a glass move on its own? Stick your haunted pub story in the comments. Go on, scare the living shit out of me while I'm drinking on the crapper. Let's get into it. We'll start close to home, the Skirrid Inn in Abergavenny, Wales, one of the oldest pubs in Britain, with roots going back to Norman times. This place isn't just haunted, it's basically a fucking execution chamber with a bar attached. Over 180 hangings took place here. Criminals were strung up from a noose tied to the staircase beam, which you can still see today. Imagine ordering a pint knowing it might have been poured next to a swinging corpse. Ghostly monks are said to appear in the corners, punters feel sudden choking sensations, and glasses have been known to shift on their own. I've been there myself for a ghost hunt. And even if you're a skeptic, you can't deny the atmosphere. Cold spots, creaking floorboards, and that weird feeling that someone's standing just behind you. Trust me, this isn't your average dodgy Stella hangover spooky. This is real, spine-crawling, what the fuck was that, eerie. Next pint, we're heading to London, the Viaduct Tavern. On the surface, it's just another boozer, but underneath, it's literally sitting on top of Newgate Prison's old cells. Staff refuse to go down to the cellar alone. Doors slam on their own, objects get hurled, footsteps echo when nobody's down there. One cleaner was supposedly locked in overnight and swore she could hear prisoners screaming from the walls. So, yeah, enjoy your pint knowing you're sitting above centuries of misery, torture and death. Puts your dodgy kebab regret into perspective. Now for something a bit posher, the Grenadier in Belgravia. Fancy pub, but haunted by a very unhappy soldier. Legend says he was caught cheating at cards and beaten to death by his own mates. Ever since, his ghost has been spotted lurking around the bar, rattling coins. Punters stick money to the ceiling to pay off his debt and keep him quiet. Imagine that. Your bar tab being so bad you've got to keep paying it 200 years after you're dead. Head up north to the Old George Inn, where history meets horror. King Charles I supposedly had his last pint here before being executed, and apparently he liked it so much he keeps coming back. Drinkers claim to see Charles sitting quietly at the bar, nursing a beer. Others have reported soldiers appearing in the corners, still loyal to him. Now, if I was about to have my head chopped off, I'd probably want a session IPA too. Can't fault the bloke for sticking around. Now this one's a piss take, literally. The Bowbells pub in East London has a ghost who hangs around the toilets. Dozens of women have reported the same thing. While they're mid-pee, a ghostly woman shouts, "Get out!" right in their ear. Can you imagine? You think you're just having a quiet slash after a couple of lagers, and some phantom banshee is yelling at you to leave. I'd need more than a pint to recover from that trauma. And now we come to the big one, the ancient Ram Inn, built in 1145, older than most castles. Originally a priest's house, then an inn, now known as one of the most haunted buildings in Britain. The place is allegedly built on a 2,000-year-old pagan burial ground. That's already a shit idea, but it gets darker. Stories of child sacrifice, devil worship and witch burnings are tied to the site. The rooms are named after horrors. The witch's room, where a woman accused of witchcraft supposedly hid before she was dragged out and burned. The bishop's room said to be so haunted that even hardened ghost hunters refuse to sleep there. Visitors report being dragged from their beds by invisible hands, seeing shadow figures and hearing children crying. One bloke swore a ghost tried to suffocate him in his sleep. Honestly, it's the worst Airbnb you could ever book. Forget breakfast in bed, you'll get Satan at the foot of the bed instead. This isn't just a haunted pub. It's like every horror cliché rolled into one, and people still go there, willingly, for ghost hunts. You've got to admire that level of stupidity. So there you have it, a pub crawl through Britain's darkest, creepiest, most haunted watering holes. From monks and murdered soldiers to pissed-off ghosts in the toilets, and finally the ancient Ram Inn, the motherfucker of all haunted pubs. Now over to you. Have you been to any of these pubs? Have you felt something strange while drinking? Seen a pint glass slide across the bar when nobody was there? Or maybe you've got your own haunted pub story to share? Stick it in the comments. I'll read the best ones in the next Hopperween. As for me, I'm off for another beer. But if a ghost pours it for me, I'm running like fuck. Hopper out!